Well, hello everyone. Welcome to our Chapter 6 video lecture on entrepreneurship and how to start a small business. We'll speak on the job creating power in the United States that comes from being an entrepreneur. What are some of the challenges you might face as starting your own business? How do you get started? We'll talk about small business operation, how to manage a small business, and how do I take my small business global. So, you ready? Let's go. So, in the United States, entrepreneurship is one of the fastest growing sections when it comes to the business economy. These are just some of the more notable entrepreneurs. There was a French immigrant who started DuPont in 1802. David McConnell borrowed $500 from a friend to start Avon. George Eastman started Kodak with an investment of $3,000. And Jeff started Amazon with investments from his family and friends. So, yes, some companies begin as an entrepreneur and they grow into billion-dollar corporations. Just another example. Here we have brothers Joel and John Clark. They started a business called Kodiak Cakes, which now has annual sales that exceed $100 million. And they did not get the investment on Shark Tank, but probably because of that exposure, they were able to increase their sales in a tremendous fashion. Okay? You're never too young to be an entrepreneur. Yes, that means if you wanted to, you can start your business right away. Now, some of the advantages of doing that, you have the potential for long-term returns. So starting young, you have the potential to run your business for a long period of time. You don't have a mortgage. All right, kids to take care of. Some may not. Most may still stay with their parents. So there are some benefits of starting the business while you're young. You can survive on little funds and work long hours. You have the energy. It's not a disruption to your career path because right now you don't have a career just yet. It hasn't started. Also, you're more adaptable and have a higher risk tolerance at a younger age. So, yes, you are never too young to start your own business. Okay? You're also never too old to be an entrepreneur. Okay? So, a lot of Americans are working over the age of 65, but since 1996, older Americans have opened business at a higher rate than those aged 22, 34. So my point is that you're never too young to start a business. You're never too old to become an entrepreneur. Now, why do people take the challenge of becoming an entrepreneur? There are four major reasons. One is opportunity to run your own business, profit, in order to make your own money, independence to do the things the way you want to do things, and the challenge of just saying, can I do this? Can I pull this off and start my own business organization? So, what does it take to become an entrepreneur? I'm glad you asked that question. You need to be self directed, self nurturing. So, self directed meaning that I don't need someone else to get me started. Action oriented, high energy, tolerant of uncertainty. Because when you're running your own business, you're not sure what's going to happen. You have to deal with that uncertainty of being a small business owner. Okay? Here are some tips for starting your business while you're at school. Find a problem or a need. So we're saying, what are some of the problems that you might face as a college student? Problems that you've heard your friends talk about. That's how companies such as Uber, Cash App started because of a problem that people were aware of and said, how can I solve that problem? Find a mentor. Do you know someone that's currently running their own successful business? Can you ask that person to become your mentor? Zero in on specifics. What type of quality or what type of product or service can you provide specifically that you feel will be a beneficial to your clientele? Do research on campus. Test product with students. So if you're selling a product, perhaps you give away some samples of your products and see what type of response do you get from your peers about that. Move forward with your ideas. Excuse me, at the sneeze. Don't wait. Again, as we mentioned, you are never too young to get started running your own business. Yes, it does take a sacrifice to be a business owner. Also, embrace failure. The first time you start, you may not be successful. However, do not let that keep you from trying to reach your goals. So, how can I turn my passion or problems into opportunities? So, what are you passionate about? Is it fitness? Is it cooking? Is it art? What are you passionate about? And how can I turn that passion into an actual business? So, think about, do you have the skills and resources to start your own business? What kind of product or service can you sell at a reasonable price, but still make money off of it? Can you get your product or service to customers before the window of opportunity closes? So again, when you think about all of the different products that we see, that the different type of services, a lot of those came from individuals just like yourself who had an idea, had a passion, or want to solve a problem and thought about what can I do to address these issues. So here we have two other gentlemen that started a company called Non-Believable Cookies in 2009, and their problem they want to face was to address world hunger. So for every dozen cookies that they sell, it donates 2 meals to soup kitchens across the United States. Okay, so the question is, and send me a response via email. Do you think more entrepreneurs should use their business directly to support charitable causes? Yes or no, and give me feedback on why you chose that response. Now, there are different ways of becoming an entrepreneur, such as an entrepreneur team. Here, there's a group of experienced people from different areas of business who join to form a managerial team with skills to develop, make, and market a new product. So now we're saying that perhaps me as an accountant, you're in sales, someone else is more in technology. We're going to form together and use our creative skills to either do production and marketing for a new product. So because you have an entrepreneur team, it ensures more cooperation and coordination among functions. So yes, you don't have to be by yourself. It is possible to form an entrepreneur team as well to start a small business. Did you know there are entrepreneurs within firms? Yes, they're known as intrapreneurs. Intrapreneurs. These are individuals who work for a company as an entrepreneur, but within corporation. So, for example, the company 3M, their post-it notes came from entrepreneurs. Again, these individuals use the company resources to launch a new product. Did you know that the Mac computer, the iPhone, also came from entrepreneurs? So again, these are individuals who work as entrepreneurs within a corporation, but they're going to use that company's resources to come up with an idea for a new product and or a service. Like I skipped something. Hold on. So again, I mentioned 3M. 3M used the entrepreneur approach where they encourage their employees and they require them to devote about at least 15% of their time to think about new products. So think about your place of employment. Is there a new product or service that you think would be beneficial for your employer? And if so, perhaps you can submit that idea to your employer and to become an entrepreneur. Okay? Next, we have what's known as micropreneurs. Micropreneurs focus on entrepreneurs who are willing to accept the risk of starting and managing a business that remains small. So we're saying that yes, I want to start my own business, but I want to keep it manageable. I want to make sure that I have a good work-life balance. So I want to be successful, but again, I'm not trying to grow too fast too quickly. Most of your micropreneurs are going to be home-based businesses. Okay, so many are owned by people combining their career and their family. So now this allows me to provide for my family, but at the same time, it allows me to still spend time with my family as well. Okay, so music teachers are an example of micropreneurs, those who are running their own business, providing musical lessons. However, if it's a small scale business, it allows them to balance their time with teaching music lessons and spending time with their families. So the question is, can you see why music teachers would be a good example of a micropreneur? Okay. Now, micropreneurs and home-based businesses, these are reasons for growth of home-based businesses. So technology has leveled the playing field. I'm sure either yourself or you know of people who are very technical. And what happens now with technology, it allows even those home-based businesses to compete with larger firms. Corporate downsizing has led many to venture on their own. So as corporations continue to lay off, more and more talented people are starting their own business. New tax laws have loosened restrictions on deducting expenses for home offices. So as a tax accountant, I can tell you that it has been a struggle over the years where there have been many restrictions on what you can deduct as a home office expense on your tax return. The IRS has loosened those restrictions a little bit more recently to provide or to encourage people to become more home based business owners. Okay? Now, of course, there are also going to be challenges to becoming an entrepreneur or a micropreneur starting your home based business. Sometimes getting new customers can be difficult. Managing your time requires self-discipline. Again, when you run your own business, it requires sometimes a huge time commitment. You still have your family, so your work and family tasks are sometimes not separated. Government ordinances may restrict your business, so depending upon where you're trying to conduct business, there could be some restrictions from the government. Homeowners insurance may not cover your business related claims. So you may have to get an additional insurance policy if you're trying to run a business from your home. Okay? Of course, there are benefits of a home based business. You can start immediately. You need minimal startup capital because you're doing it from your home. No rent. You're already paying rent for your house, so you have a mortgage. Comfortable work conditions because you're working from your home. Reduce wardrobe expenses, right? Hey, I'm at home, I'm online. Don't have to really necessarily buy a lot of suits for that. No commuting tax benefits. There's no office politics because I'm at home. There's low risk for trial and error. Hey, I'm going to get it started and let's just see how it works. But of course, there are some downsides too. Difficult to establish good working habits, limited support system, isolation. You work at home by yourself. Your workspace may be limited. Now, this is a big one. Your clients, if needed, may not be comfortable coming to your home. And also, you may not be comfortable having those clients come to your home as well. There could be some zoning restrictions where they don't allow you to have a home based business, and success is based 100% on your efforts. Okay, this will conclude part one of our chapter 6 business lecture. Stay tuned for part two. Bye.